Alright everyone, and welcome back to NXT. This is our first show since our very interesting takeover developments at TakeOver Blackpool. So in 4 episodes time we will have TakeOver Australia. So that's going to be our next show. But for right now, Pete Dunne here to address, well, the very shocking quick ending to his match against Finn Balor. So we're going to see how all this unfolds. There are many ways to resolve an issue. One can bring a dispute to court and settle it with a judge, but that takes a lot of money. One can write a letter of grievance and send it to the offending party, but that takes a lot of time. One can even ignore the problem and hope it simply goes away, but we all know that never works. Or one can have a giant pair of grapefruits and settle in front of the WWE Universe. Yep, that sounds about right. That does sound about right. When I compete, I turn all the dials up to 11 and I charge. There is no cruise control or brake. I ride straight into danger and I enjoy doing it. I expect the same from every superstar, but there's one in particular that stands out to me. I refuse to wait any longer for my moment. This is it, right here, right now. Finn Balor, I'm calling you out. Do you have the guts to do the right thing and fight me, prove me wrong, and show your face? Ooh, is Balor coming out? Sounds like he might be coming out, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. But for now, as always, just get your snacks, get your choice of beverage, get comfy and cozy, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that YouTube stuff. As we see what unfolds between Balor and Pete Dunne. Let's see what happens here. When I look at the WWE Universe, I see a crowd that's starving. I can see all you want to hear from one of the greatest superstars in the WWE today. And get ready, because I'm about to serve you all a full-course meal. I feel like there's something that was in that. You think you're winning any favors with that entrance? You have to do something more than the basics to get over with the WWE Universe. Have you considered actually putting in some energy into your promos? Guess they're breaking the fourth wall. You might think that you're making some kind of grand statement here, that you're standing up for the little guy or something, but really, what you're doing is making a huge mistake, but I don't think I'm upset about it. No, no, far from it. I'm actually excited. Nothing I like more than teaching a fool a lesson. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't have time for you. You've got nothing worthwhile to say. Staring at paint drying is a better use of my time. Looks like Balor might have gotten under Pete Dunne's skin just a little bit. You and I should have a match, because I know you're not that much of a superstar. You're actually a waste of my time, but I think we'd put on quite the spectacle, and I know I'll at least look good. I think we're breaking the fourth wall just a bit. I know how badly you want a piece of me. I can see it's eating you up inside, and it's going to happen, but it's going to happen on my terms, not yours. No one controls my destiny, especially not a punk like you. Before you say anything, I just want you to know, I'm not looking for any trouble. Okay, that's a lie. It's actually the only reason I'm out here. No. Oh, and Pete Dunne going right for Finn Balor. Get your snacks. Just get your snacks and get your choice of beverage. Full disclaimer, so I took a look at the comments, and it looks like y'all want me to play a couple of the matches, or some of the matches, I should say. And what do you know? We're going to have that happen. You'll likely be able to indicate which matches I'm playing based on the wonderful clicking noises of my controller. and more than likely if there's a HUD involved. So just throwing that out there, we're going to play at least 1 or 2 matches per show. That way we kind of switch things up a bit, we keep things fresh, that sort of thing. There are certain plot points that need to happen, and we've kind of found that out at TakeOver Blackpool. But I am excited to see these two hopefully get another match with each other. But I wonder what Pete Dunne means that it's under his terms. That's what I'm very, very, very curious about. So hopefully we'll find out that coming up very soon. But these two, well, it's not the last that we've seen of each other, of these two in the ring. There is no other way around it. Finn Balor knees to Pete Dunne's stomach, right to a huge kick to the back. As always, get comfy and cozy with your choice of beverage. So because we're going to have 4 episodes before our TakeOver show, we'll have 3 episodes of Universe Mode this week and then just 2 next week. I think that makes sense. But I'm excited for y'all to see what we're cooking up over here. And Pete Dunne with a huge suplex and a huge clothesline, referee stepping in to break things up between these two. This is not the last time we're seeing both of them inside this ring. This is not a drill. And here we go. We are kicking things off with our first matchup. We have EC3, Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, and Rey Mysterio in a fatal 4-way elimination match to determine the next #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, and that will be defended as we saw last week on not TakeOver, but last week on NXT, before TakeOver I should say. Cesaro defeated Buddy Murphy in decisive fashion. And so that means that Cesaro is getting his opportunity here tonight against Buddy Murphy for that Intercontinental Championship. And we'll kind of go forth from there. But we also saw some interesting developments with Sheamus and Cesaro kind of having some teaming up moments last night. Well, not last night, but last Friday at TakeOver. So we're going to see how all that unfolds here tonight. But we need a new #1 contender no matter what. So Matt Riddle, EC3, Keith Lee, and Rey Mysterio all making splashes as of late. And honestly, it's an interesting matchup. And so again, last man standing out of the 4 of these guys will go on to take over Australia. Again, we haven't really we decided just to take over the entire country / continent of Australia. So there you have it. That's our rationale and thought process around here. But we've got a lot of interesting story developments that should be unfolding. Keith Lee going for the cover on Mysterio, EC3 and Matt Riddle going at it. Keith Lee just going on an absolute tear as of late. EC3 almost winning that briefcase that Bobby Lashley is now holding. Bobby Lashley, of course, we will be seeing him next week. So we'll see what's next for good old Bob Lashley. I don't know why I keep calling him that. I really don't know. But here we are nonetheless. So lots of interesting developments should unfold here tonight, such as getting our new #1 contender decided for that Intercontinental Championship. And then those 2 matchups, winners of those, will go on to TakeOver. Matt Riddle, he has EC3 in the corner. EC Lee, what the crap am I? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like combining everybody's names at this point. But here we are. We got a nice comfy and cozy mug of hot chocolate. Or as in the Baby Yoda memes, hot chalky. I still need to watch that show. But here we are. Keith Lee trying to slow down Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, of course, known as the biggest little man. But Matt Riddle, a huge kick onto EC3. And Keith Lee going for the cover on Mysterio, and Riddle going for the cover on EC3. Rey kicks out at 1, and the referee didn't even get a chance to count Matt Riddle's pinfall attempt on EC3. Oh, and a huge move from Keith Lee. Cover onto Mysterio. And Mysterio kicks out at 2. Oh. A series of punches and kicks from Matt Riddle onto EC3. Keith Lee has just been dominating this whole matchup here, and I'm kind of here for it. Huge powerbomb from Lee onto Mysterio. Matt Riddle looking for a huge move right here and connects right onto EC3. Huge move from Keith Lee and Riddle going for the cover. EC3 kicking out at 2. Keith Lee, same thing. Mysterio kicking out at 2. Oh! Huge counter from EC3. Going for the cover on Matt Riddle. And Riddle kicks out at 2. Keith Lee just really dominant showing here tonight. There's no other way around it. We have not seen Rey Mysterio just thrown around this much in quite some time. EC3, Matt Riddle, kind of a little bit more... Oh my god, Rey Mysterio, what is this man doing? He just powerbombed Keith Lee? Even the referee doesn't even know what to make of it. I think Matt Riddle's got some kind of a submission on EC3. It's hard to tell. And EC3 gets out of it, and Mysterio only gets the 1 count even after so long. Oh, and EC3 with a huge move right onto Matt Riddle. Mysterio taken to the top rope, and a frog splash into a pinfall attempt. Mysterio going for the cover, and a 1 count onto Keith Lee. Mysterio going for EC3 next. Riddle getting up. Oh boy. And this time the tides have turned. Keith Lee and Matt Riddle duking it out right here. Huge suplex right there. Some strikes to Keith Lee. And here we are. This has been quite interesting. I want to know who's going for that Intercontinental Championship and who's going to be the Intercontinental Champion as of tonight. So get your snacks, get your popcorn. Matt Riddle going for the cover and a 1 count for... How much more does this man have left in the tank? Like, Keith Lee has just been very dominant here. And Matt Riddle with a huge takedown suplex from Keith Lee, but Keith Lee getting right back up. Mysterio going for the cover onto Matt Riddle. Not Matt Riddle, EC3. And Keith Lee eliminates Matt Riddle. Holy crap. What are we witnessing? Mysterio going for something here. Rey Mysterio just keeps going for these dang power bombs. Like, where's the strength coming from? Oh no. And Keith Lee with a huge bear hug right there onto Rey Mysterio. Holy crap. The athleticism and strength is unreal for Keith Lee. EC3's got the right idea. He's staying out of this. I don't blame this man at all. I really don't. Mysterio, the head scissor takedown. And then capitalizing by... Oh, huge move onto Mysterio. We're down to 3. Matt Riddle eliminated, but EC3 going for the cover on Mysterio. And EC3 eliminates Rey Mysterio. We are down to EC3 and Keith Lee in the middle of this matchup here. And the referee's down! Looks like he's getting up fairly quickly, which is a good sign. We want our referees to be okay. Oh, and Keith Lee with a huge move right there and a kip up. And Keith Lee having some success as of late, having multiple wins over Drew McIntyre and just really getting into that main event type picture. So we might be having a paradigm shift coming forward. But EC3 with a huge move right there. Oh! Right into the mat. Oh. Oh my god, he's lifting that 300-pound dude up. Well, EC3's a pretty strong dude to begin with. And going for the cover. And EC3 is going to take over Australia for an opportunity at that Intercontinental Championship. What have we just witnessed? I don't know about y'all, but that was a very fun match. That was a very fun match. But here we go, here we go, here we go. Whew, boy. In 2 weeks' time, we'll figure out our #1 contender for the Women's Championship. As tonight we have a huge main event, Asuka and Sasha Banks looking to put away their feud once and for all in the last women's standing match. But for now, EC3 putting away Keith Lee at the very end of that matchup, putting away the likes of Rey Mysterio as well. Definitely on the cusp of having that championship opportunity that he's worked very hard for again. Nearly winning that Money in the Bank ladder match, so things might be looking up for EC3. And Cesaro was out here right before his match, of course, against Buddy Murphy. We're going to see what all he has to say. Alright, let's cut the chatter. I don't have time to stand out here all night and make you feel better about your lives. I've got some business to attend to. There's a superstar I'd like to see come out here right now, and his name is Sheamus. Well, that was quick. That was very quick. Let's see what the Celtic Warrior has to say here tonight. Well, you wanted me out here. Here I am. So let's skip the pleasantries and get to it. What do you want? I'm sick and tired of the rest of the locker room pushing you and me around. They think they're better than us. Well, I say we join forces and show them that together we can be the most fearsome team in WWE history. Oh! Well, slap me silly. I'm down to get dirty. Let's do what the best tag teams to ever grace this division did. Let's change history. Trust me, will you? This is going to be a legendary team. One that's going to make history every single night. Now, are you in or are you out? Let it be known that we're putting the tag team division on notice. We're coming for the tag team championships, and together nothing can stop us. That is assuming we can actually work together. Don't screw this up for us. And I think the Bar just reunited. And here we go, Intercontinental Championship matchup underway here. Cesaro and Sheamus, the Bar, back together. Cesaro and Sheamus looking to take over not just, of course, the tag team division, but also all of WWE. Holy crap. What a start to the show that we've got here, everybody. So, yes, this is what I'm talking about when I say that some of these matches, again, we're going to play right through them and see what happens. Win, lose, draw, whatever. And this is our first match that we are playing. We are playing as Cesaro. So, there you have it. And again, I'm not always going to win all of these, as we've seen in past Let's Plays. So, that's not how I roll. I'm not here to win every single matchup. But it keeps things a little interesting, and it keeps me on my toes just a little bit more. So, Cesaro looking to prove to the world why him and Sheamus are back together, trying to prove that they are the most dominant duo, and they set the bar for a reason. Oh! And the just athleticism of Cesaro is just, honest to God, unreal. But the winner of this match will be taking on EC3 at TakeOver Australia, well, next Thursday at the rate we're going at. So again, if we have these weird sort of weeks where there's only 2 episodes, it's because there's usually a takeover at some point, so just letting y'all know about that. And then we'll be on the road to, I believe, Survivor Series? That sounds about right. We'll have to triple check. Oh, it's fine. We're gonna be fine. But Cesaro proving to be a dominant force right here, going to the middle rope. And Sheamus trying to go for that #1 contender spot for the World Championship, the NXT Championship. Can Cesaro and Sheamus team up and help each other out to get to the top of WWE? Well, we're going to find out. And Buddy Murphy going for the cover and not Sheamus. I was looking at Sheamus before I was looking at Cesaro. Y'all, I'm a mess. It's fine. But we have a huge main event between Asuka and Sasha Banks later on tonight. Last woman standing. No more opportunities after that match. My God. Another huge announcement will be made later on in the evening as it relates to TakeOver Australia. And Cesaro. Oh, and Buddy Murphy counters and ducks that elbow. Oh, a kick to Cesaro. Cesaro counters. Oh, and a huge suplex from Cesaro. Buddy Murphy ducking the kick. Oh, and a huge German suplex right onto Cesaro. I just literally called him Cesaro, and I'm like not even sure what I was talking about there. Oh, God. Here we go. Oh, and a huge kick. Another huge kick. Oh, and a huge dive from Buddy Murphy. The fans are not thrilled about that. Going for the cover. And Cesaro kicking out at 1. Oh, Cesaro counters. Huge clothesline from Cesaro. Oh, what a huge European uppercut right there from Cesaro. Is this the move that he needs? And Buddy Murphy kicks out at 2. I swear the Let's Players conundrum is very real, my dudes. It is very real. Oh, what's Cesaro looking for here? Oh my God, and Cesaro has it locked in. And Cesaro is your new Intercontinental Champion, everybody. Cesaro EC3. Holy crap. What are we going to see happen? This has been crazy. But Sheamus and Cesaro out to prove why they are on the way to becoming the most dominant tag team here in NXT. Now, it's unknown whether they want the tag team belts or not, but Cesaro just won that Intercontinental Championship, so we're going to find out what'll unfold next. And there you have it, by submission, Cesaro winning the Intercontinental Championship right here tonight.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Cesaro!
Not gonna lie, that belt looks really good on Cesaro, and we've only seen it for like 5 seconds. People, we've had a very interesting NXT develop right here. We've had a brand new Intercontinental Champion crowned, the bar reformed, Pete Dunne and Finn Balor are far from over, and EC3 is the next IC title #1 contender. Let's keep this party going. Let's keep pushing. And the champ is out here tonight. A very dominant showing against Tommaso Ciampa and Aleister Black at TakeOver Blackpool. He's run through a lot of people here on NXT. Let's see what he's got to say here tonight. I want all of you to remember that, because this is how you make an entrance. Nobody in this company compares to what I can do, and yet I keep hearing whispers backstage about me. Little jealous gnats are swarming in the air, and it's time to swat those insects out. I can actually see Joe kind of like saying this IRL, like just in this very cool, calm demeanor. I came to this company to make a name for myself, and I'm going to do that at the expense of your little heroes. And this superstar is the prime example of someone who I will decimate to prove my point. Samoa Joe pretty much has gone through a good chunk of this roster as champion, just been on a tear, on a rampage, with a hiccup in the road where Aleister Black cashed in on him. So we're going to see what happens here, but I hate to sully my hands, but I can't allow anyone to walk around backstage thinking they're better than me. Lies like that have a way of spreading, so I have to squash them now while I can. Velveteen Dream! Bring your inferior talent down to this ring so I can teach you a thing or two. Of course, Velveteen Dream posting that on social media earlier today to, issued that challenge. Samoa Joe has not defeated the Dream in a championship bout yet here on the show, nor has Dream had the opportunity really since the very beginning to get an opportunity at the NXT Championship. And there is Velveteen Dream coming right on out. This is a matchup that should be quite interesting. This match could be the biggest matchup of Velveteen Dream's career right here tonight. Maybe you walked into the wrong ring or something, but you know what? This is the big leagues. The Kiddie Wrestling League meets somewhere else. You're way out of your depth here, my friend. I'll keep this going that way, and if you keep going this way, you're going to get hurt. Some strong words from Velveteen Dream. I have to question a lot of what's going on around here when I see something like this. Is this the kind of person the WWE Universe cheers for these days? A jumped up wannabe who can't control himself and has to run out to the ring? I knew I came out here to say something important, but as soon as I stepped in this ring and got a good look of all of you, I remembered what city I was in and said, forget it. You people aren't worthy of my knowledge or greatness. They are not worthy of the Dream, apparently. You're as dumb as a doorknob and as smart as a bag of bricks. You know what? You don't even know which is heavier, a pound of doorknobs or... Oh my god, Joe, just continue to just tear through everybody. I came to work tonight with the same thing in mind that I have every time I step into this arena. I plan on beating the hell out of everyone who is unlucky enough to be standing up across from me. So if you're volunteering for the job, then step up. A lot of people like to tell me how underhanded I am, how I like to play dirty and bend the rules, how everything I do is unfair. Well, let me prove all those naysayers wrong right now by not giving you a match, because wrestling you would be unfair. I outmatch you in every single capacity they have a word for. Oof. You had us all fooled, man. You did it all. You had the bass in your voice, the hands clenched in your fist, saying all your tough talk. You put on a hell of a show, but in the end, that's all that it was. Just smoke and mirrors. And now that it's done, what have we got? We have a whole lot of nothing. Do you have anything else up your sleeve? You can keep talking until you run out of words to say, but not one thing. You have to say, well, change the fact that this is my ring. Hell, by this point, it's basically my whole damn company. Whatever I want happens, and whatever I don't want just goes away. Listen, I'm through debating with you. I don't know you match. I don't know you title, and I definitely don't owe you an explanation. I am leaving this ring right now. You and this whole crowd make me sick. Some tense words right there between Velveteen Dream and Samoa Joe right here tonight on NXT. And we got breaking developments that this will be your championship matchup at NXT TakeOver Australia, everyone. And here we go. Aleister Black, Tommaso Ciampa both lost in very decisive fashion at NXT TakeOver Blackpool. For TakeOver Blackpool, they will be meeting again, including this time AJ Styles and Sheamus. The winner of that match, which will be elimination style, will be the next #1 contender as we start to head on to the road to Survivor Series. And by God, it's going to be quite the crazy roller coaster. So get your snacks, get your choice of beverage. Let's hang out, let's watch this matchup. We've got some interesting developments, including how we just learned that Velveteen Dream will be the next challenger for Samoa Joe's NXT Championship. And Samoa Joe has literally been going through everybody. Will Velveteen Dream be the next person to fall victim to Samoa Joe's rampage? Or will Velveteen Dream just stop Samoa Joe right in his tracks. And again, you gotta keep in mind Bobby Lashley still has a Money in the Bank briefcase. And speaking of briefcases, we will have ourselves an NXT Women's Money in the Bank ladder matchup as well at TakeOver Australia. And so there you go. So we've got ourselves 2 confirmed matchups so far as I know. No, 3. I take that back. We got 3. We got ourselves, well, technically 4, but we don't know the participants, but here we are. And so, we got Dream versus Joe for the NXT title. We have Cesaro versus EC3 versus Buddy Murphy. Because Buddy Murphy, he's not too thrilled about losing his title. So, you know what? We're making it happen. Triple threat rules will be in effect right there. Again, we want it to be in decisive fashion, which means elimination style is happening. So we have ourselves a triple threat elimination style matchup between Cesaro, EC3, and Buddy Murphy. So it'll be a bit of a homecoming for Mr. Murphy. And of course, we have our NXT Women's Money in the Bank ladder match as well, so we will be finding out more information as we get closer and closer to TakeOver Australia. We'll find out who the Women's Champion is going to be, and in 2 weeks' time, we will find out who in the world is challenging either Asuka or Sasha Banks. Those two are hopefully going to end their rivalry here tonight in a last woman standing match. I am quite excited to see how that matchup turns out. Asuka, of course, defeating Ronda Rousey by making her tap out. Whew! That earned her an extra opportunity at that NXT Championship, the NXT Women's Championship. Of course, Sasha Banks barely escaping Christina Jacobs, but of course in the injury report, Christina Jacobs is out on the shelf for 2 weeks with a minor injury, apparently some bruised ribs. So she's out on the shelf for 2 weeks. Should be back in 2 weeks, somehow, some way. And Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa fighting outside the ring. These two have been at each other's throats for weeks now, maybe even months. And Tommaso Ciampa really just slamming in Aleister Black right into that post right there. Getting Ciampa back, or getting Black into the ring. Oh my god, I can't talk, it's fine. We will also see Roman Reigns tonight and see what his course of action is going to look like next after defeating Drew McIntyre. But more importantly, after what happened in the match, it's not over between those two. So we're going to see what all unfolds here tonight as well. And Ciampa with a huge knee. And Black kicks out right at 2. Black versus, well, the Blackheart. Again, Ciampa wants Goldie. There's no other way around it. Ciampa just wants his Goldie back. Could this be the opening that Ciampa needs? Oh, and the fairy tale ending right there. Ciampa going for the cover. And Black kicks out at 2. These two know each other very well, having fought against each other numerous times, sometimes teaming up, mainly against each other. And Black counters. Black looks like he's making a comeback right here. Several moves right there. Oh, and sweeping the leg of Tommaso Ciampa. And we got lots of interesting developments as we sort of move forward onto TakeOver Australia. Huge knee right to Ciampa. Aleister Black looking relatively unfazed, but he's looking for something here. Oh, and the huge knee right to Ciampa and the cover. And Ciampa kicks out right at 2 3/4. What a matchup here. What a night we've had tonight. And I'm excited to see what all is going to happen next. What is Ciampa looking for here? Oh my god, that backbreaker. That could be it, folks. That could be it. Ciampa going for the cover. And a kick out at 2. Aleister Black sitting right back up, trying to capitalize on this moment. But, oh! What did we just see? Wow. And Ciampa literally goes low on Aleister Black, not caring that he got disqualified in this matchup just now. This is not the end between these two as we start the road to take over Australia. What? What in the world is this? What is going on here? Oh my god. What is even going on here? What is going on here, my dudes? Roman Reigns is officially with Paul Heyman. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right during the commercial break, Drew McIntyre sprints out here after Paul Heyman revealed that he now has Roman Reigns. What are we witnessing here tonight, people? What are we even witnessing here? Well, to be fair, I mean, the track record that, yeah. So basically, after their takeover matchup, Roman Reigns kind of hit Drew McIntyre in the, over with some chairs. And Drew was simply not having it tonight. Not at all. Wait, why is the barricade all... Okay, well, that probably explains how he got in the building. Wait, I guess Paul Heyman took the other side then. But here we go. Oh my god. What is happening at this point? What is even happening here on NXT? This whole show has gone sideways, and Roman Reigns with a running punch right there. Again, Drew McIntyre trying to get some sort of retribution back from good old Roman Reigns after, well, that ending of that takeover matchup, to say the least. Roman Reigns is now a Paul Heyman guy, well, Paul Heyman is now his advocate. Does that mean that Paul Heyman no longer works for Brock Lesnar? Maybe, maybe not, but time will only tell. Maybe Paul Heyman's forming a super stable. We're gonna find out, and we quite frankly need some answers fast, because, I mean, if Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are... Oh, well, this is interesting. I love 2K20 just for the crazy stuff like that. Oh my god, Roman Reigns has gotten to borderline Samoa Joe levels with just how much he's been on a rampage on. Oh! Oh, and McIntyre bringing it back inside the ring. Again, no referee, they're just out here brawling for the time being. No rules, no referees, just one big brawl out here, my dudes. This feud has gotten out of control real fast. Even after picking up a win, Roman Reigns was simply not happy with just picking up a win. And so we're going to continue to see how all this unfolds, but I got more questions, and I got answers this entire video. I got more questions than anything. Oh! Oh! Good grief, Roman Reigns. Good grief. Oh, and a counter from McIntyre. Huge counter. Oh! Good frickin' lord, there is no chill here tonight on NXT. There really isn't. We had the Bar reunite. We got a brand new Intercontinental Champion in Cesaro. Pete Dunne went after Finn Balor. There's a lot to unpack here, as you know, we would say, just in general. There is a lot to unpack. There really is. And now we've got these two guys just breaking down the barriers, literally. Jesus, take the wheel. This show has just spiraled out of control in, like, the best way possible. It's just turned into one big car crash, and I'm kind of here for it. And so Drew McIntyre trying to get some shred of retribution. Oh! Good Lord, Roman Reigns, you have no chill. Oh, and Roman Reigns with the spear onto Drew McIntyre. Holy crap. Good Lord.
Here is your winner, Roman Reigns!
We got a lot of questions after the last segment or two. Got a lot of questions. What does this mean for Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman? What does this mean for Drew McIntyre? We're going to see all this unfolds in coming weeks.
The following contest is a last woman standing match and is for the NXT Women's Championship.
Alright, people, get your popcorn. We got our main event right here to determine the winner and who's going on to take over Australia with that Women's Championship. The last time we're going to be seeing this feud, or so we hope, between Asuka and Sasha Banks. Asuka defeating the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey, being the first woman to make her tap out here in WWE. Now, if you're watching the Universe, My Career Universe one, kind of the opposite, but you know what? That is fine. There's some things I'm willing to sacrifice for the greater good. But here we go. Last woman standing between Asuka, Sasha Banks for all the marbles. NXT Women's Championship is on the line. We've had a lot happen today in the show and in the episode. But Asuka is here to challenge none other than Sasha Banks. The Empress of Tomorrow, fresh off a huge win against Ronda Rousey. Sasha Banks, the champ, off of a very, very tooth and nail, very much a close victory against Christina Jacobs, who is indeed injured. She has a torso injury and will be out for 2 weeks, so this week and next week. And here comes the champ, Sasha Banks. She's held on to this championship since Money in the Bank when she first won it. And she's been on a tear since then. I mean, at least we got a little bit of consistency with Samoa Joe and Sasha Banks on the show. Let's keep it real. Sasha Banks narrowly escaping with the championship every time, but somehow pulling out all the stops to prove why she is the blueprint here on NXT, why she was the past, and now she is the current and future, potentially. Hero of the brand. And so who's going to walk out? Who's going to be the last woman standing? Sasha Banks or Asuka? Well, we are here to find out here tonight. Again, this is the last time. The winner of this match going to Australia. And in 2 weeks' time, we are going to have ourselves a number one contenders match. But for right now, main event time here on NXT. Asuka and Sasha Banks fighting for that beautiful gold championship. Greg Hamilton, take it away.
The challenger from Osaka, Japan, Asuka. And introducing the champion from Boston, Massachusetts, she is the NXT Women's Champion, Sasha Banks.
And there it is. There it is. Sasha Banks handing over the NXT Women's Championship over to our wonderful referee, who is now showing it over to Asuka. These two have had quite a war going on here in NXT, and it is all for that beautiful Women's Championship right there. So here we go. Asuka taking on the champ, Sasha Banks. Last woman standing. Let's go. These two women, of course, have had quite a number of matches against one another. Sasha Banks narrowly escaping with wins every time, but whether that's sneak attacks or otherwise. But these two are here to settle things once and for all here in this last woman standing match. There are no rules. You have to win by getting your opponent to stay down for the 10 count. And that is all. No disqualifications, no nothing. You gotta keep your opponent down for 10 10 seconds by the referee. And that is all. This feud has been bubbling and simmering and marinating for months now, with a little bit of a road bump in the way. Of course, Sasha Banks having to take on a new challenger in the form of Christina Jacobs. Sasha Banks has taken on all comers, including Rhea Ripley and Asuka and Christina Jacobs, and is now back to Asuka. So, did mention we would have an announcement towards the end of the night, and we are going to announce it right now. At TakeOver Australia, we are going to have ourselves a women's NXT Money in the Bank. Our NXT Women's Money in the Bank briefcase will be decided. So, essentially, whoever is not in the championship matchup is pretty much going to go into that matchup. So, that's pretty much where we're at. All the women are going to get an equal chance to go for that Money in the Bank briefcase, but the action has now spilt to the outside. Huge DDT from Asuka onto Sasha Banks. Referee not far behind them. And Sasha Banks coming right back. Asuka with a huge counter with the arm strike. And Asuka just tearing right into Sasha Banks right here tonight. Asuka going right back into the ring, trying to get a little bit of distance before going back outside the ring. Very smart strategy from the Empress of Tomorrow. And Sasha Banks, oh god, right onto the outside right there. Oh my god. And the referee starts the first 10 count. Referee's at 2. And Banks is back inside the ring. Smart strategy to get a little bit of distance away from Asuka. And Asuka is up at a 5 count. And Asuka going back inside the ring, where she tends to thrive. Again, Asuka knows how to win a championship, and she knows how to keep a championship. Could this be Asuka's big night, or will Sasha Banks squeeze out with another victory? We're going to find out here, but the referee is starting the 10 count once again here tonight.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And Sasha Banks is right up at 6. And the boss is back into this matchup here. We're going to see how all this unfolds. It's going to be quite interesting. And the referee is back with another count.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And Asuka's back up at a 6 count. And here we go, going back onto the outside. Go. Action's going back onto the outside of the ring once again. Asuka with a huge knee right to the back of Sasha Banks. See what happens from this point. Asuka's right behind Sasha Banks right here. Asuka grabbing Sasha right by the hair and right into that barricade. Very thinly padded barricade, might I add. It is not fun to set those things up, but Sasha Banks is back in this matchup. Again, last woman standing means that the other woman cannot be in, more than about 10 seconds. And Banks goes back outside the ring. Asuka brings her back inside the ring. Again, Sasha Banks, it's going to be beneficial for her to keep the action outside the ring. Asuka inside the ring. And the referee's at a 2 count. And continuing on with the 10 count. Could this be it for the Blueprint, Sasha Banks?
6.
And Banks starts to get up at 6, and Asuka is right on her, not letting go of anything. Banks counters. Asuka with a huge scoop slam. Oh. Oh, boy. Could this be it? Could this be the opening that Asuka needs?
3. 4. 5.
Oh, and Sasha is up right at 5. But Asuka not far behind Sasha Banks. Huge German suplex onto the boss. Sasha trying to get up into the corner. But Asuka's just right on her. Huge kick. Oh! Oh, and that hit bump right onto Sasha Banks. Could that be it for the champ? Could we be seeing the sign of a brand new champion here tonight? Well, we're going to find out. Referees at a 4 count.
5. 6. 7. 8. 9.
And Sasha Banks is up at 9, and she is back in this. Huge counter from Asuka. Could this be Asuka's night? Could this be it? Could this be the opening that Asuka needs? Oh, and it goes to the outside of the ring once again. Asuka not letting up whatsoever. Holy crap. And Asuka going back outside the ring. Sasha Banks is stumbling but gets Asuka back inside the ring. Here comes Asuka. Oh my god, and a huge series of kicks onto the boss. But Sasha Banks immediately gets back up and takes advantage, but Asuka counters. She knows what she needs to do to take down the boss. And can Asuka capitalize? Can Asuka get back into this matchup? Oh, and a huge, oh my god, a huge series of kicks right there from Asuka right there. Could this be the opening that Asuka needs? Could this be the night? And a huge kick right to the head from the Empress of Tomorrow. Could Asuka go on? Holy crap, what are we seeing? 4 count from the referee, going for that 10 count. We're going to see how all this unfolds. We're at a 6 count.
7. 8.
Is Sasha Banks going to make it back up under her feet? And she barely does at a 9 count. But Sasha Banks looking for it here, and she hits the bankrupt onto Asuka. Could this be the opening that Sasha Banks needs to retain? We're going to find out.
2. 3. 4.
Just at a 4 count, referee's going for that 10 count.
6. 7.
Could this be the opening that Sasha Banks needs to retain? Oh, and she stops the 10 count right at 7 for some reason. Maybe she wants to take out Asuka even more? We don't know. We really, really, really do not know.
2. 3. 4.
Here we go.
5.
Asuka's onto the outside, Banks is on the inside, and the referee is at a 6 count.
7.
Could this be the opening that Banks needs? Referee's at an 8 count, and Asuka gets right back up. What a matchup that we have seen. Asuka back inside the ring right here. Asuka going for a huge move, and oh my god, my shoulders hurt just seeing that. And Banks goes to the outside of the ring, slowly getting some distance between herself and Asuka, which has definitely been much needed. And Banks goes back inside the ring, but Asuka starting to come back here. 2 huge clotheslines. Oh, and right into a super kick from Asuka. And the referee begins the count once again.
3. 4.
Referee is at an 8 count. Could this be it? Could this be... It is Asuka's night, everyone. We've got a brand new NXT Women's Champion. Asuka has dethroned the boss, Sasha Banks, in this last woman standing match. Whoa, oh my goodness. What a match we just saw, everyone. The tides have turned for Asuka, and in this entire women's division, can anybody stop Asuka?
Here is your winner, and the new NXT Women's Champion, Asuka!
And there you have it, everyone. In 2 weeks' time, we will have a new #1 contender for Asuka as we start to enter into a new era in the women's division. A big congratulations to Asuka for this huge win here tonight. What a match, what a main event, what a show. And there you have it, everyone. That is our episode of NXT for today. We will have 2 episodes this week on Wednesday and Friday, and the next week will be Tuesday, Thursday. So on that note, thank you all so much for tuning in today for this crazy episode, essentially. Lots of stuff to unpack. We have Roman Reigns joining forces with Paul Heyman. We have Asuka as our brand new NXT Women's Champion. We have a brand new Intercontinental Champion in the form of Cesaro. We have a brand new team that is, well, returning in the form of Sheamus and Cesaro, the Bar. So lots of interesting developments, and on that happy note, we're going to end the episode here. So as always, thank you all so much for tuning in. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff here on YouTube, social media, and everything, including Twitch, is in the description down below. And I hope everyone is staying safe, staying healthy, and of course staying healthy at home as much as possible. So on that note, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.